Meanwhile, the fight against Hamas, taking the lives of Americans, an Israeli soldier known as Moshe. He was a major for the IDF reserves. He was killed by a booby-trapped tunnel in Gaza. He was only 39. His father delivering a heartfelt message to President Biden, pleading for him to step back on any ceasefire calls. And his father is with me now, a brave man, Dr. Yechiel Leiter. And doctor, sorry for your loss. Super tough time. Thank you for agreeing to come on today. I want to share a little bit of your letter that you sent to President Biden. Here's what you write. Stand back, Mr. President. Don't pressure us. Let us do what we know how to do. Indeed, what we must do to defeat evil. This is a war of virtue against depravity, of truth against lies, of civility against murderous terrorism. It goes on from there, and it's a strong letter. You're both from Scranton, Pennsylvania. We were told by the Pentagon spokesperson yesterday that the president will not tell Israel to back off if it goes back in a war footing in Gaza. Does that reassure you, or what would you like to say now, Doctor?
Well, let me first thank you, Bill and Dana, for having me on. I think the first thing my son Moshe would have shared with you is to thank you for your moral clarity in reporting at a time of such moral confusion in the West. Israel's battle is not a battle over borders or a personal or local battle. It's a civilizational battle. Hamas is ISIS, and there was no ceasefire with ISIS. There was a declaration of the civilized nations to destroy ISIS. What Hamas has done to us, you just had a report about the raping of women as punishment. This is something that is a norm. I just visited a family last night whose daughter was incinerated by Hamas on October 7th. There's nothing left of her. This is a norm for these people, and this is a threat to civilization which has to be defeated. And it begins with moral clarity. So I thank you for that. And that would be the first message Moshe would like to share with you.
Wow, that's extraordinary. Listen, we could talk all day, and I know you will among your family and friends. What do you want us to know about your son?
Well, first, he was very connected to the American experience. He trained with the Delta Force, and he was very proud of that fact. He visited quite often, although he was born here in Israel, and he traveled with his entire family to know the American experience and to appreciate the rich American history. And most importantly, he believed in the common values that we share in terms of the Judeo-Christian ethic, and ensuring that our future is one of virtue and values and the belief in common ideals. And he was a father of six. His sixth child was just born 3 months ago. He won't know his dad. He was an excellent soldier. He knew the battlefield very well. He was at a battalion commander level. He was major, but he chose to go into this war as a squadron commander because his soldiers loved him and he loved them. So he chose to lead the squadron into Beit Hanun. He was the point squadron of the entire division. And the division commander told me that it was on Moshe's suggestion that the war aims were determined. So I'm very, very proud. I'm mourning for my son. He was my firstborn, but I'm also very, very proud of him.
Wow. You raised a hell of a man. Thank you, Doctor. Stay strong and stay brave.
Thank you, Bill.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you. And please.
Thanks.